Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about diffusion model. So diffusion model in this context is an AI model. You know, this diffusion model is already used for AI art or video or editing photo or etc. And yeah, this model is everywhere. But before this model is popular, there's a there's a previous model that used for the task that is generative adversarial network or GAN. And for this GAN, I already clicked or discussed about this in my previous video. You can check that in the link in the description of this video, or maybe I will put it in the right corner in this video. Okay, actually for diffusion model and GAN, if you see it from the top, how they work is same. So how they work is, if you see it from the top, usually you will feed that model using a random input, and then from that random input, the GAN or the diffusion model will create or will generate the new data or new array, and that new array can be represented for image or video or audio or etc. And that's it. That's how the model, if you see it from the top, how it works. But actually, if you see it from how it really works, if you look closer, actually they are different. And for GAN, in my previous video, how they work is, so in GAN there is two model, generator and discriminator. The generator will try to make a fake data, and the discriminator will try to correct the generator. So the generator will keep better and better to make a fake data or fake image or fake photo or fake audio, and the discriminator will keep getting better and better. So when the discriminator getting better and better, the generator will be getting better and better. So that's why the GAN can create, or in at least in theory can generate a high quality image or video or etc. And for diffusion model, it's not work like that. For diffusion model, it's work like, I think it's have a similar with physics in diffusion. So in the diffusion model, in the context of AI, you will try, or your model will try to denoise the image. So in the data or in the training data set, you will try to, from the original image, you will try to make a noise. So make a noise little by little until in the final step it will be looks a full noise. I think it will be better if I show you the code. Okay, so this is the code. So here, this is the Guilman library we need. Okay, just let's just run this. Hmm. Let's just wait. Okay, and here's the process. Okay, in this notebook, I will show you the process how the noise process work. So this is the image that we will try to make a noise on it. And then in here, this is the properties for diffusion model. The properties that we need is alpha and beta. Actually, uh, okay, first beta is the value between 0 and 1. And in here, the lower beta is 0.0001, and the highest beta is 0.02. And for alpha, it's like the opposite of beta. And then in here, we try to search the cumulative product. What is cumulative product? It's something like this. So it's something like this. Let me just, okay. Here we have A. So what is cumulative product? Something like this. So you see here we have a tensor 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we doing come product like this, we will get 1, 2, 6, 24. So here we get 1 seems like the A in here because it's the first element. So for the second element, 2 here will be times by 1 in here. So that's why we get 2, and as you can see here we get 6, and in here the original is 3. It's because 3 times 2 times 1, so we will get 6. And for the last element in here, the original is 4, so we will multiply it by the all element in here because the rest of the element is behind 4 in here, so we will get 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, so we will get 24. This is the square root for the alphas, and in here this is the square root. In the name of the variable is alpha minus 1, but actually if you alpha minus 1, then it's basically a beta, so this is basically a square root of betas. And then okay, we run this, and oh yeah, I forget to mention that actually I get this code from this article, and yeah, I get the code from this article, and actually there's some line of code that is doesn't work, but I try to repair it so it can work in my Visual Studio Code in here. We have two function in here. The extract in here is just to extract, like its name. It's extract the value from the properties of diffusion model in here. And for the key sample in here, it's to make a noise for our image. So this is the final product, and as you can see here, the final product in here have two terms. Extract in here, this is the original image or the image from the previous time step, and for the noise is here. This is just noise. So the portion of the original image is decided by here the square root of alphas, and for the noise it's decided by the betas, the square root of betas. And the code in here to it's the process to make a noise for the image. In here as you can see here, I read the image and then I divide it by 255 because the value of the image, if we read it using a pill image like here, we will get the value from 0 to 255. So, and what we want is the value range from the 0 to 1, so we need to divide it by here, by this. And then after that, this is just the process to make a noise. Let's run this. Oh, I forget to run this. So we need to run this first, and then here. And then let's save the image. And then here, this is the result we get here. So this is the original image without a noise. This is because the value of betas is nearly 0. And then this is the noise stage 1. Actually this is not stage 1, but for the sake of the for the sake of the example in here, I will just say it's stage 1, and then after that the next stage is like this, the next is like this, and the full noise is like this. So as you can see here, to make the dataset, we will make the Emacs something like this. And yeah, this is the explanation for the process how to make a noise for the diffusion model. And what we actually do in here is here we will try to generate a Pokemon, and the data is something like this. Here we have several Pokemon in here, and from this image we will try to make a new Pokemon using a diffusion model. And actually I already built the model in the Google Colab. I can train the model in my PC because you know the model or the neural network that I must use in here is UNet, and it's too heavy for my PC, so I need Google Colab. And yeah, this is basically the code. So the code from the Visual Code previously, I copy and paste to here to get the model. I will not run that in this video because it will take a long time. I will just run the model. Now I will continue to uh, do the explanation for the generation Pokemon code. So here, this is the module that we need for this project, and here I choose time step as 300. The step by step of the noising image will be 300 step. Because we choose 300 step, then the noise process will be need to do the iteration until 300. And in here we have output T. So output T here is to adjust the value from -1 to 1, and in here show in here is just to show the picture, but I think I will not use it. This is just the variant of the beta schedule. I already explained about that. And here this is just some helper function. For this is the part of the neural network that we will use as the model. This is the same. And here I already explained about this. This is to make a noise for the image. And in here this is to calculate the loss of the model. This is the UNet. UNet is the model that we use. Okay, here we choose linear beta schedule, and here we define the properties of the diffusion model. And this is function in here. It's just to extract the value from the properties of diffusion model. And this is for the process of denoise. So this is just reverse of the key sample earlier. So as you can see here, for the denoise process we need the model. So the model will find the model mean. The model mean is assumed as the original image or the previous image in the previous image in the process of the noising image. So for example, for the noising step 1 or noise iteration 1, the model mean will be the original image. And for the noise step 2, the model mean will be the image, the result of the noise step 1. Yeah, something like that. And here this is just the looping, and in here we try to transform the image. So because we have a limited resource, so we need to make the image smaller. So in here the image size is 64, and then in here this is the script to load the model, and in here this is the process to generate the new Pokemon. So as you can see here, we need to do the iteration as the time step. This is what I talked about earlier. And in here, we we try to, actually this is same like this. So we transform from the range value from the diffusion model to the range to 0 to 1, so we can show it properly. And in here we save the image. Okay, this is the result if we using the full this is the result if we using the final model product from the training process. And as you can see here, this is just, I don't know what is this. This is just brown color randomly like this. It's not like a Pokemon. There's no Pokemon feature in here. So that's why I'm not using the final model. But if we using the model from the here, page 4 in here, sorry. Okay, let's run again. And the result is like this. Actually, this is not like a Pokemon, but if you check in here, at least in the result from we get from the model of page 4, we get a feature of the Pokemon. I know this is just blob of, I don't know what it is, blob of Pokemon. This is just something like all the Pokemon, we combine it and we get the blob of meat like this. But at least it have a feature of Pokemon, not like the previous model. So that's why I don't know how to improve the model, but at least I can show you the basic application of the diffusion model. And yeah, I think just that's it. This is just simple implementation. I know this is not success, but at least you can understand the basic from this diffusion model. So the basic is we get the original image, and then from that we gather them, and then we make a noise at the image, and we will get the new dataset for train the model. And then after that, the model will learn to predict the noise, and from that noise we reverse the function or the equation to make a noise to make a denoise function, and from that we can make a new data or new image like a random noise or random input. That's why. Okay, see you in another video. Bye.